is Doris Mgeta, board member from Tantrade, but also manage a family business where we do animal feeds, poultry, and pineapple plantations. Thank you. So before I go into the whole role of Tantrade as an institution, I would like to pose out my view as the youngest in the panel and as the youngest board member in the government entities. I feel like in the 21st centuries, manufacturing companies should also evolve. There is a very big question of what the manufacturer wants to manufacture, but is it in consistence and compliance with the market at the desirable time? What are the feedbacks? Is it necessary at the time? Because you can have a skill set and as well as advantage of wanting to produce a particular product, but at the demanded time, is it marketable, especially if you're focusing on exporting? And the biggest challenge that we also have, we don't groom young people who are trying to come on board into the sector to have the tenacity to actually grab hold and think big or dream big when it comes to production. So young people today would only focus on doing cakes or bakery, which is good, but we have a whole generational gap where we don't have people who use technology and innovation to upscale production that can actually bring larger income into the cash flow of the country. So I pose it as a challenge to the audience, like I said, as the youngest in this panel. We can continue with the schemes, and this can be as part of giving capacity building to manufacturers. But are the schemes crippling us, or are they actually enabling and empowering us to have a comparative as well as competitive advantage with everybody else out there, out of Tanzania? There's a very bad notion of Tanzanian products being under quality or not being able to compete. That is a notion that I'm honored to be in the presence of Honorable Mr. Ambassador. That is a notion that even the embassies have to help us flush out of the world. We need to flush it out and ensure that people understand we genuinely produce authentic as well as products that can compete out there in the global market. So coming to the role of Tantrade, as a development agency that is under the ministry, we have developed a trade portal. So I would request after this panel, most of you to go onto your phones and check the trade portal. It's an assimilation of all the procedures one needs to follow when you want to export or when you want to conduct trade in Tanzania. And so basically, we've made it a one-stop trade center that is accessible online. We admit to say that we're still progressing and trying to find ways on how we can make it offline so it can be accessible to everybody. But as for now, the kickoff or the transitional that we're trying to make, we're abiding with the WTO Article 1 of the 2014 Trade Facilitation Summit, where we agreed to assist traders in the country, both who are investors and our local traders, to be able to get correct information and do away with the bureaucracy when it comes to procedures. So Tantrade has managed to do so, and we do have success stories. You can check out our website and see our success stories on Aminza as well as the other roofing products that we have. And these are ones to show that the entity itself is progressing. Just to finalize, I would also pose a challenge to the audience and the stakeholders in the manufacturing sector. As I repeat, in the 21st century, demands are different. Do we embrace creativity and innovation? I agree. A startup should be a startup for only 2 years. When you go into the 3rd year, young people in the room, you can't be a startup. We give you 2 years to call yourself a startup because that's your piloting phase. You're trying to figure out and maneuver in the industry. Can the intergenerational gap be minimized in a form where we have experienced manufacturers, sign MOUs or incorporate the young people who have advanced, because I don't want to use more experience, because it's one thing to be an expert and it's another thing to be experienced and it's another thing to be smart about something. So we can have all the three different categories of people in one industry so that we can showcase our products and make an impact. And I would lastly like to say the inclusion of women and young people is essential. We're in a ratio of 2 to 5.